Okay. Show me.
Hi, fellas, I'm ready to fight.
Oh my gosh!
That's not me! That's not Cockroach Tony Montana!
We want the black people on the motherfucking wall of fame now!
Is that what you want?
I want you to be a hockey player! I am a hockey player!
Alright, I'm not a fucking athlete. This is my fucking way. This is how I win.
You go in pieces, asshole.
The Where We Gems Movie Podcast, your home for the most underrated and underappreciated films.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest, brightest, and bestest episode of There Will Be Gems Movie Podcast, bringing you the steamy, shittiest, hottest takes of your underrated, forgotten, and overshadowed movies. Here I have with me Tyler.
Hola.
Tom.
Hello.
Ryan.
Hello.
And I'm your host with the best dad bod in town, John. And we're here to talk about the movies and stuff today. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Oh, just peachy. Yeah, man. Just sitting here with doing the whole talking about the movies thing.
That's great.
How are you, John?
I'm good. Had a fun day at work. Yeah, I did. It was really funny.
What made it funny?
Because none of it was my fault. Yeah, none of it's my fault, so I don't
that
get
was
any
probably the
trouble.
funniest part. Imagine your district manager is the reason you failed an audit.
Yes. It's all part of the plan. How was everyone else's week, though?
Miserable.
Miserable? Why is that?
Work. Couple tough days of work.
That's fair, yeah. I feel that. Ryan and I both worked 11 hours collectively today, so
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Many hours.
Tom, how was your week?
It was good.
Hell yeah. Got some drawing done.
Yeah, a lot.
I love it. I'm loving it. More tentacles, please.
Less.
less tentacles. Less tentacles. So let's get right into the topic of the week, which is favorite date movie. Who wants to go first?
So, when you say favorite date movie, what is your definition of favorite date movie? I'm just curious for the interpretations. I don't think it changed. Pick regardless.
I mean, it's open to it.
Yeah.
Open-ended.
Yeah.
Is
it
this
can be
something
whatever.
like? Is it something you want to like show your date?
I guess yeah. Like it'd be like a movie that you're passionate about. So like when you're like on a date with a girl and you're like, let's watch a movie, it's your go-to pick. You know what I mean?
Oh, that doesn't work out well.
I mean, no. You can do it. Your interpretation, you can do that.
Or
Like,
how about either that or your favorite movie you've been on a date too?
I know I pick anyway. I'm just picking a movie. I just want to hear your interpretation of it. I know what I'm picking then, regardless. I interpret it as just like a movie that has like a dating, like romance aspect to it that's kind of like easy. It's like, it doesn't have to be like easygoing, but I kind of figured out like a date movie, you could watch on a date.
I put like what would like be the movie. I was thinking more like, what would be like the first movie you'd want to like show a date, or what would be like a good movie to like show someone you're like. Date.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
This is go first.
This is how fucked up I am.
Oh man. All right.
All right.
See,
Who's
like,
going first?
it's kind of like, I'll come back to me because so I thought you meant like a date movie, like a movie about going out on dates. So I was gonna say I was gonna say the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I was like, I'm packing some heat on this fix. I thought since we're getting into a little rom-com again, we were staying in character. All right.
Thanks for
Well, all right. Come back to me.
I'll go first then.
Okay, go first.
I went with The Big Lebowski.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
that's a fun. I feel like that'd be like a fun like date movie. Someone like you just started talking with, be like, oh, they're gonna find this movie. They're gonna find this movie fun. They're gonna be a fun person, and it's just like a fun it's like a long movie that like doesn't feel very long either.
Yeah, it's a good call.
That's like my go-to movie to watch after Thanksgiving dinner and pass out to.
That's interesting. Okay.
I don't know why. I've done that like 4 times. I was like, well, I've done this before, so I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought that was traditional.
I
shit.
would. I've never once on Christmas or on Thanksgiving thought, "Hey, I should watch The Big Lebowski and fall asleep." But okay,
It's fun. It's a good time.
I mean, it's better than Christmas with the Cranks, so
Nothing's better than Christmas and Cranks.
you can.
Oh,
Go
I want to watch that.
Is that the Danny DeVito one?
No, that's with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna be like,
I'm
oh,
thinking
What's the Danny DeVito one?
I'm thinking of Deck the
I've
Halls.
seen
The
that.
dolls, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
And he's like the world's best car salesman.
Yeah, but probably not.
I mean,
He's Danny
I feel like
DeVito.
anyone would buy a car from Danny DeVito.
I sure would.
I wouldn't. He's too short.
Gonna be like, I fit in all these cars. You might not. But you should buy it anyways.
All
Get
of
in the
these
trunk
cars
with
are
me.
very spacious.
I was the goat in Hercules.
I fit in all these trunks. You can give it the old Danny DeVito fits test.
Old Danny DeVito.
If I fits, you buys. Tom, what about you? What's your go-to date movie?
I mean, I would just go with the good movie that I like. So I would probably go with Drive. Ryan Gosling. Really fun movie to watch. I like it a lot. So I'd probably pick that.
That's next on my list to watch. I'm gonna watch that, and maybe tonight actually. Yeah, I might have watched
That's
that.
really good.
Watch that.
Yeah, Tyler.
All right. So if I was in this scenario, I'd be like, I want to impress her. So I'm gonna show her something she's never seen before. But
That's your first mistake.
No, listen. But I can't just like show her my favorite stuff. There's like a whole level of movies you have to see before like you
That's
understand why I can like these. Why like I like movies like this.
You gotta understand my psyche before you get into
So-
the movie collection.
No, just like some of like the movies, like some of the movies I like. I think it's just like I only like these because I've seen so much. At this point, I don't know. It's weird to describe. That's a whole other discussion. But
No,
anyways,
that makes sense.
I wouldn't want to like show something too outlandish, but I want to show something that's a little bit different in like almost like pushing out of the comfort zone, but just barely. I try to do that a lot. I try to like throw movies that are just like little feelers that are like slightly outside, like what I think their comfort zone might be.
That's fair.
And so this is in. I don't want something too old because I like old stuff. So this is a movie from 1987. I think I actually showed Tom this movie. It's a movie called House of Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a crime thriller, and it's like a con movie, but it's a lot darker than like the ones we've kind of been watching, and it's more about like it's more of like a character study. It's closer to like Matchstick Men, where it's like a character study and like a bond between someone, but it's like yeah. It's a thriller. It's not boring. It's not super long. It's pretty approachable. And it's like a different, and it's like different. Like it's like the way it's shot is really unique. So that would be my pick.
So I guess my pick would actually be Hot Rod, because if a girl doesn't find that movie funny, I don't want no part of that. That movie is fucking hilarious, and I love it.
Dude, I lack so many comedies in my collection. Like
You
I just
do.
don't even know where I go. Mary Kate was like wanted to like watch a comedy the other day and was like, "Oh, I got a comedy in my watch party. It was the Grand Budapest Hotel." And she's like, "I don't want to watch like this artsy movie, dude."
It's so funny.
Yeah,
I know, but it's like it's also like not like the comedy she wants to see. You know what I mean?
That's when you text Tom or I and be like, "What's a good comedy movie?"
Yeah, I bought on the Criterion sale. Barnes and Noble's going on. I was like, "All right, I'll go anyway."
I don't really watch that many comedies actually.
Okay, then you
I
text
watch
me.
more of like the dark comedies.
Yeah.
You want uppers?
What up, is my?
I got like the South Park guys movies in my collection. Like I have Orgasmo, Basketball, and Team
Those
America.
those are all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And you
you
got
don't
Cannibal the
have
musical. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cannibal the musical. is
the
great.
cannibal one.
Yeah.
I have that one too. It's only on DVD though, so it's like I kind of like wouldn't be like it's there, but it's like, dude, I'm not watching this again until it gets a Blu-ray.
Good luck.
No, dude, you should see some of the stuff they put out on Bluray. I bet
That's
you
true,
like
yeah.
I bet you the issue is like Trey Parker owns the rights or something, and he doesn't.
They have to care enough to actually want to put that out.
Yeah, but like he also probably doesn't want to put it out for like nothing. Like that's.
I mean, they have fuck you money. I don't think they really care about monetary.
Yeah,
They do have fuck you money. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah,
Madden.
I don't know. I don't know why he wanted to.
I
don't know why he wouldn't want to like sub-license it then. I don't know. Maybe someone's got the rights to it somewhere. It might be a rights issue.
That might be it. That might be it. It's like Dogma. Like you can't get Dogma right now on anything because of like the rights issues.
Yeah,
I have it on Blu-ray.
You have Dogma on Blu-ray?
Ooh,
Like the Kevin Smith one?
Yeah,
dude, that's worth so much money.
I have it on Blu-ray.
That's worth so
yeah,
much
it really
money.
is right now. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Hold on, intermission.
You can't get it. You can't get it right now anywhere. Can you let me borrow? Because I've actually been.
I don't know where I bought it from.
Yeah, you can't even watch it anywhere because
you
of the
can't.
rights.
Yeah, you can't rent it on Amazon. It's not on any streaming platform. You can't buy it like anywhere.
Yeah, I know for a fact I have that on Blu-ray.
Well, if you do,
I had
let me
a
borrow
couple
it, 'cause I wanna
things.
watch it.
It's a $45 DVD.
Jesus.
sweet.
Look like I'm selling my copy of Dogma.
Blu-ray, buy on Amazon. Used $88.25, new from $139.99.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Yeah. You can't get it. It's like a collector's item now. It's crazy.
And then there's there's a European import you can get for $140, but it's Zone 2, so you have to have a region-free player.
Oh well, that's why you have Xbox.
Right.
Well, now no, Xbox doesn't work region-free. I got burned on that once. No, I tried that.
Oh, I thought.
But if you get
region,
if you get a 4K player, 4K is a region free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can get like 4K imports.
Neat. So, on to the topic at hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this week we all watched Definitely Maybe, starring Ryan Reynolds, Rachel Weisz, Ilsa Fisher, Elizabeth Banks, and Abigail Breslin.
Can I get 10 copies?
Put them on the pile.
No, they're for Arthur. I need them like 15 minutes ago, so if you wouldn't mind.
You're the toilet paper guy.
Wait, who's that?
That's April. Why are you in New York?
I live here. I took a job with the city education department.
I think you should keep it. You should read it when you're alone.
I can't. I get your diary, so I can't do that.
No, really, I don't need it.
I'm Emily, your college sweetheart. Is there something you wanted to ask me?
Oh, you had a plan. Well, you were really big plan.
Pretty sure we both had that
Just
plan,
can't keep pretending that I'm not
You were there when we made it.
Have you ever actually had sex with a sexagenarian?
I mean, why do you want to marry me? Besides some bourgeois desire to fulfill an ideal that society embeds in us from an early age to promote a consumer capitalist agenda.
Oh!
What are everyone's initial thoughts on
I actually enjoyed it.
Ooh.
I watched it with him, kind of.
As I was watching and he was around.
Yeah, I was doing manager stuff.
So I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was bad. I think it was actually better than the other rom-com we watched. But I think like this I would have liked this movie a lot better if they took this same story and made it like and just tacked on 40 minutes and made a serious drama. I think it could have been like a real good movie. I think the screenplay on this was really good, but I think the script was pretty fucking bad. And I think like the casting was not good.
Fair. Tom?
I was gonna say definitely not.
Definitely not again.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is like my biggest problem with this movie. He just like is not. He's not like good at carrying a movie.
We got a bunch of problems with this.
Like he's like everything has to be like built around him because it's a movie about him, and he just sucks. Like that's the problem. Like he's just awful. He's just not like he's really not likable. Like he's very tonal. Like he makes his character so one dimensional. And then like they just like the daughter thing is like so like shoehorned in there, where she goes from being like too naive to like know about sex at the beginning of the movie, but then somehow can understand like her father's pain and the complexities of divorce.
It's like a really uncomfortable Princess Bride.
Yeah. Dude, this movie is How I Met Your Mother, the movie.
Yes, I was thinking that earlier.
That's
I was like,
literally Ryan said that earlier.
If you could make How I Met Your Mother more boring to me, you went and did it.
Like I said, I think this was a better movie than the other one, as far as like I think it was like a lot better produced, and like I think there was more like competent production to it. I think the sets in it were good, like stuff like that. Like they were just like the narrative. I think that there was like interesting places they took it with, and it did leave you in suspense sometimes. But I did also find it kind of boring a lot of the time.
Yeah,
you're welcome. There's more to come. I changed up my entire list of movies just to rom-coms.
Oh please!
Oh Jesus Christ!
You're welcome.
It's like a palate cleanser after the
wild card.
So Ryan, what did you like about it?
I mean, like I just thought it was just like a fun, like just like kind of like shut your brain off kind of rom-com. You know, like I'll be like, it's just like more like, oh, it's like a nice little story. It like didn't offend me. It did like it's not like I'm like I love it, but I'm not. But it's like I enjoyed it. It was like didn't feel like super long, which might have been because I watched it in like 3 different parts. But
yeah, I didn't think it was super long either. But I do feel like it like kind of I think it did like show its movie length.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it was just like more like, oh, I can just like shut my brain off. It's just like a cute little story.
I did that as well. It just like I think I just like, even if like I said, if you made it longer and just like made it like more serious, and like I think it's something I would have just shut my brain off and like been able to watch, because I really do like movies like this. I like these movies that have like you have like a centralized character or a bunch of different characters you learn things about, and you watch them go out through their lives at different times and their paths cross. I really do like movies like that. That's actually one of my favorite ways to watch movies like Alejandro I don't know how to say his last name. Inarritu. Yeah. He's a master at making movies like that. That type of structure I really do enjoy, and it was kind of like pushing in the direction of that. That's why I think if they would have like kind of like stopped, like it almost takes you out of the movie every time it like takes a step back to him talking about his daughter.
Yeah.
Talking with his daughter, or it's kind of just, it's like anything, like any investment you had, like they're breaking it up with like PG comedy, and it just like really kind of gives the movie an off feeling.
Yeah. How about you, Tom? Why was this definitely not?
Yeah. We've said a lot of it so far, but like the first part is just what he does for a living is like the beginning of the plot, and it's super boring. Like, why would you pick that of all things? I mean, I guess what it comes down to is his character just wants to be loved and he wants attention, so like his career also reflects that. But it's like super boring, and he doesn't even follow through with it in the end.
Yeah, this guy is just like literally like he has no type of backbone.
Yeah, it's like, and not only that is it boring, but it's like you don't get anything from his character from that at all. Like he's just kind of beige guy, just
beige guy,
like getting coffee and
from doughy to beige,
toilet paper and shit.
Yeah, like all
nothing.
those relationships are based
nothing.
around like quips. Like I had a quick interaction with this girl.
Like I do check the movie time when I'm watching it, and like I see that it's 2 hours, and this is what they're giving you so far, is this really boring guy with I don't know. I don't like it.
That's fair.
All right, John. We've verbally assaulted you. Why don't you tell us what you like about this movie?
I don't know. I've always liked this movie. I've seen. I saw this movie in theaters when it came out. So it's been one of those movies that's just been on like my back burner for like I watch it with my girlfriend and all that stuff. Like Every girl that I've dated has watched this movie. Every girl I've dated.
Why?
I don't know. I like this movie, and I just show them this movie. It's like my 6-shooter. I got my 6-shooter of movies that I show every girl. This is one of them. The Last Kiss is another. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is another.
All right.
Why?
I'm just kidding. That's not even close to being a 6-shooter. Hot Rod is definitely in that. Yeah.
Hot Rod's fine.
Hot Rod is definitely in the 6-shooter. Yeah.
What do girls usually think? What do girls usually think of this movie?
Megan said she liked it, but she wasn't super into it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like. I'm not like I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it. I was very indifferent to it, but at the same time, I was kind of just like not that into it.
But it was also we watched this after we watched Eternal Sunshine, and that's like it's hard to follow up a movie that good with this movie.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that, so I was gonna say like if you're gonna make a movie if you're gonna make a 6-shooter movie to show a girl, why don't you just put Eternal Sunshine out there and not show them like this?
Well, that's in the 6-shooter. That's what. So we watched that, and then we watched this.
The thing is,
you don't need one shot if you got a turtle.
Yeah, you don't need to show 3 of these types of movies. You can just show that one.
Yeah,
you can just show the good
I like
one.
those movies.
I think
I don't really find
Kiss is fine, but I don't know.
I would rather watch The Last Kiss again than this.
If you're talking about showing a girl that you're starting to date that movie, I feel like that's a bad decision.
Well, I'm all about making bad decisions. Well, you got to let them know right at the gate. Like, this is what I like, and if you don't like that, that's fine because I'm still gonna like it anyway. like Megan hates Adam Sandler movies, but I still love them.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. Why did she?
I'm talking about just because of subject matter.
Yeah, this
that makes sense.
Kiss would be like, oh, this is what you're about.
This is your future.
Yeah, what do you mean this is what I'm about? Just in case you were wondering, if we date for a long time and then get married, I'm gonna cheat on you. I'm gonna have multiple opportunities, and I'm still gonna do it.
Well, I'm gonna yell at our neighbor.
I'm gonna yell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna become a tree.
Yeah,
but I'm that lovable guy you take back. The criminal with a heart of gold.
Because you're not Isla Fisher.
Yeah. Well,
as it would turn out.
Yeah.
See, I think she would have the best performance in this movie by a long shot. I actually liked her character.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's a bad actor, but I don't think a movie like this is a good movie for her to act in.
No.
And it's just
this is a stupid movie.
Everybody suffers because Ryan Reynolds is just not great.
Well, this did come out hot off the heels of Green Lantern. Actually, no, this is before Green Lantern. Never mind.
I was about to say, why would anybody want to cast him after that?
What do you mean?
Why would anyone hop on that train?
Why? What was wrong with Green Lantern?
I thought a bomb.
Green Lantern.
Oh no, husband liked it.
Yeah,
I was I thought everyone hated that movie. I never saw it.
It was just fine, but it was awful.
When everybody says a superhero movie's bad, I'll take their word for it.
That's fair.
You don't need to find out.
Okay, yeah, what's better, Green Lantern or Hulk 2003?
I've never seen the Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Hulk 2003 is a complete mess.
If I think that,
yeah, at least that's a plot.
If I think it's bad when I'm 12, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, so about this actual movie.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's dive into a little after that berating.
I'll have to say this isn't my favorite, one of these types of movies, but it's definitely up. It's definitely in the top 10 of my. It's probably 9 of my favorite rom-coms like this.
You like that many rom-coms? How many rom-coms do you like?
Wow,
Tyler.
The closest I
have a condition.
The closest I get to liking a rom-com is The 4-Year-Old Virgin, Chasing Amy.
Ooh, Chasing Amy's so good.
Yeah, that's
so much not a rom-com.
That's the closest I get. That's what I mean.
Right.
It's a romance movie with some comedy in it.
Yeah, I love Chasing Amy.
I don't think it sits great watching it in 2020. I'd leave that memory in your head.
What?
Probably. I wouldn't rewatch
Chasing
it.
Amy.
Why?
I think I rewatched that like 3 years ago, actually.
I watched that recently. I still like it.
I think
Bree
the
and I watched it.
dialogue, it just Kevin Smith dialogue is a little cringe to me now.
Yeah.
That's my issue with it. It's just like everything is like, oh, pussy this. Oh.
I think that was more the point of that movie,
Yeah.
especially when it came to.
I know, but it's just
what's his name's character because he was just in denial.
Yeah, Brody or whatever his name is.
It wasn't even just him though. It's just like every like side character, like ass.
Well, at the end of the day, either you're an ass man or you're a boob guy, or then you have those weirdos that are feet guys. So.
It's, I don't know. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting.
I feel like you said that already.
What?
Like that exact thing. I feel like you said that.
Anecdote.
Yeah.
I might have.
Jesus, is that your 6-shooter?
Well, yeah, for comedy.
Oh my god.
I have 6 funny jokes, and that's one of them.
Oh. Well, Ryan Reynolds doesn't have many funny jokes in this movie, so I'm glad you got 6 to cover him.
The biggest joke is his career.
All right, so let's just. I think the best way to approach this movie. Let's give a quick run through about what this movie's about, and kind of just what did you think of the comedy? What did you think of this? So, Ryan Reynolds is basically playing the guy's telling the story in Who I Met Your Mother to his daughter, who he's trying to teach about his impending divorce, and he finds the best way to do this is to tell him the story of his 3 serious girlfriends and how he became of impregnating her mother, and he changes the names, and she's like gotta guess which girl he's talking about ends up being her mom. Just really fucking weird thing to like tell a girl it's supposed to be like 10.
Yeah,
that's weird in the first place.
I mean, yeah, like so. Being
like, would you tell? Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, you being a dad, would you like do like Ryan Reynolds your daughter?
Like, no, but like Aubrey has asked like how her mom and I met and stuff like that. So I've told her the story. Like I told her how we like met in school and stuff like that. And
yeah, that's like the normal answer.
And like, you know, we dated for a little bit, then we like kind of like fell apart, and like then we met like 4 or 5 years later again. And that's when we started dating again, and that's when she got pregnant with her. Like, I don't give her the juicy deets, but like I give her the facts and stuff like that. And her mom tells her the same story, so
yeah.
You know, I'm not going to tell her that like, oh, I met your mom again when I was drunk at a party dating some other girl, and I completely ignored that girl for your mom.
All right. We get it.
The next day we.
All right, we got it.
Next day you can see.
All right.
It was like 2 weeks later, but yeah.
Jesus Christ, John.
Good times.
So Ryan Reynolds goes on with this story about the 3 mystery women, of one of which becomes his daughter's mother, and let's say girl number, and he comes out to New York. He went to school. Where did he go to school? Michigan or Wisconsin?
Something like that, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, somewhere in Wisconsin. He goes to New York in 1992 to work for the Clinton campaign when he's running for election the first time. So it's like he's not even like the candidate yet. He's in a field office trying to get Bill Clinton, the Democratic nominee.
Oh,
and so he leaves his girlfriend, who is Elizabeth Banks, to go do this.
He was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think most people know who Elizabeth Banks is.
She was in Power Rangers.
I was about to say that too. Remember when she was in Power Rangers?
She's on Scrubs. Oh, she was on Scrubs.
Yeah. She was on Scrubs. Yeah.
Was.
So was Ryan Reynolds.
So was Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so was Ryan Reynolds.
When?
Like one
episode. Their buddy from college. Yeah.
Everyone's in Scrubs.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
You know why Ryan Reynolds always gets cast as the buddy from college?
Because he is.
Because it's all he can play.
Van Wilder.
I love Van Wilder. I don't care.
What do you mean? He was Pikachu. Pikachu didn't go to college.
Deadpool didn't go to college.
That's true.
Deadpool is but like literally he's just playing the same character, but he gets to play it as an adult with better writing.
That's pretty fair.
He's literally still just playing Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's typecast as himself.
So, anyways, what do we think about Elizabeth Banks' character right now?
She seems like a character.
Yeah, not a whole lot to her, right?
No.
Yeah.
Just like the lack of depth they get to most characters in this movie.
Yeah.
I really like the guy in the bodega.
I don't even remember the guy in the bodega.
The one who sells them ciggies.
Remember earlier, Ryan, when I was like, thanks to the American spirit, and then came back full circle in the movie? Told you it would come up later. You didn't believe me. Anyways. So yeah, you spend a little bit of time with Elizabeth Banks and Ryan Reynolds when he's leaving for New York, 'cause she stays back with his roommate. Then he goes over there, does his Clinton campaign stuff where he just gets toilet paper and coffee for people, which is normally how you start as an intern. I've never been an intern. And
he just immediately starts whining. He immediately just bitches like, "What do you mean I'm not in charge?"
He keeps screaming, "Why am I here?" And it's like super annoying.
Like, dude.
Which is how everyone felt while watching the movie.
What a fucking baby!
Yeah.
And then he meets other hipster, edgy girl in the Clinton campaign, played by Isla Fisher.
She likes Nirvana.
Isha. The Fisher girl.
Boy.
Finally.
Yeah. And so they start to have some very sexually charged casual dialogue, and then we go back to him talking about his girlfriend that he wants to propose to. He has a very recurring theme too of just like, it doesn't seem like at any point he ever really cares about any of these girls. Like, it's just like whatever girl is most convenient for him at the time.
Yeah.
And then he's a little baby about it when nobody else likes him.
Story of my life.
Oh my god. This movie's like way worse as we're talking about.
See?
Oh yeah. So yeah, but Elizabeth Banks' character, which is happily named Emily in the movie, gives him a book to give to one of her friends out in New York too. So they him and his roommate end up reading some of the sweet, sexy excerpts from that book.
Yeah, like a couple of dicks.
Yeah. She's like, "Don't open it." And then what does he do immediately? He opens it.
And then they're like, "Oh, it's a diary. Let's not read it." And then they read it.
So the next day he ends up going to give the book to Rachel Weisz's character. And then that's where he meets the professor, who's played by Kevin Kline from such great movies like Wild Wild West.
Is that your next pick?
I won't tell.
Oh, it's Waterworld.
It's Waterworld. Oh, yeah.
Biodome.
It's actually the Waterworld video game on Atari.
Jesus Christ!
Just when you think it can't get any worse.
So after Ryan Reynolds whines about his problems and shows how much he really cares about his girlfriend, other than his convenience, he starts to hang out with Isla Fisher. How do you say her name?
Isla
Fisher.
Isla
Fisher, mate.
He starts to spend more time with Isla Fisher, who explicitly says, "Oh, I love how we can just hang out and never have to worry about anything sexual," and then immediately start making out.
Yep.
Well, that's like any relationship with a woman.
And then they're just like, "Oh, we shouldn't do this because I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend tomorrow." Dude, like, if you're making out with some random girl you met at your job, like,
yeah,
while living halfway across the country from your girlfriend, is this really the time to propose?
Tyler, you can only give me so much life advice in one episode.
I'm just saying, like I thought the movie was gonna go in a different direction from there. Like, I just can't believe like this girl shows up the next week, who's like, "I'm gonna propose to her now."
Yep.
Yeah, but
that was just.
But then
that
she
blew my
up.
mind.
Then she shows
yeah,
up,
I know.
She's like, I banged the roommate.
Yeah, color me shocked.
Color me shocked. There's another dick in the house.
There's another dick in the house. You went away across the country to leave your girlfriend alone by herself. Oh man, she banged the other guy. Oh,
sounds like my last relationship. Am I right? Anyways, cheating whores aside. So yeah, then they break up. And that's when he starts really talking to Rachel Weisz's character, and then they kind of get together.
I don't wanna gloss over the sentiment that this guy was just like, hey, I'm still gonna propose to you after all this. Then gets all butthurt when she does that. After he clearly ignored her and left her back at home and then cheated on her anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we've all been there.
No, we haven't, John.
Oh. Just me?
Yeah.
I never told you that story? Never mind.
Alright, we don't want to hear it.
John's picture of becoming his life story.
All these movies are my life story.
John, the podcast is not your therapist.
I thought it was.
We're not being paid to be here. You can't make us.
We were supposed to pick good movies.
Oh, that was... Oh.
Wait, they're supposed to be good?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they can be bad, but
right,
like bad in a fun way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't pick a banger every week, you know.
I mean, you
can't be last this.
So
our episodes are more interesting when some people like the movie and some people don't.
Let's go back to the subject of Ryan Reynolds,
or as Will Smith would say, it's rewind time.
All right, it was rewind time to Ryan Reynolds time, where he's now butthurt. His girlfriend doesn't want to date him, doesn't want to marry him. So instead of just like, doing the logical thing, maybe keep talking to the other girl he has feelings for that's available that clearly wants him. He's just like, nah, I met this other girl briefly who's dangerous and she's can write a story. And he starts just hanging out with her, even though we already know she's banging some like 60-year-old dude. Like, what the fuck? I just don't. Like, why?
That's hot.
Like, why? This guy's just like a gallery of bad decisions. Why?
Bad writing.
Like, yikes.
Yeah.
Like, now that we're talking this out, like, I just don't understand this guy's decision-making process.
Nope.
We've not made any of these.
No one. No logical human being would. Because when there's a cute Australian redhead, you go to her.
She's like the best-looking one, too!
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the other two girls kind of suck, like, in general.
You look really pretty tonight, Denise. What was that, Rod? I said you look shitty. Good night.
All right. So let's move over to girlfriend number 2 that Ryan Reynolds has waning interest in.
Number 2.
Holler if you hear me.
Whoa, slow down there, Chief. Looks like we are entering spoiler territory. If you have not seen this film and would prefer for it not to be spoiled, you may want to consider skipping to the timestamp provided below. Thanks for listening.
That's played by Rachel Weisz, and she is
famous for The Mummy.
A little bit more
And
mature.
being a witch.
And being a witch. Wait, one. Oh, yeah, that's right. I already forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't the favorite. So, yeah, she's a little bit more ambitious, a little bit more mature, maybe a little bit too mature for Ryan Reynolds' character. Maybe she likes that side of him. And at this point in his life, he's seeming kind of ambitious too. So, maybe that makes a little sense. Maybe that's a mutual attraction. But
it's a yin and yang.
This girl kind of sucks, though. It's kind of obvious. Like, what's actually is interesting about this dynamic is Ryan Reynolds basically left Elizabeth Banks' character over her just not moving on, like him moving on with his career, and then this girl did the same to him.
Yeah.
That is like an interesting dynamic. So again, like we never really spend that much time with any of these. Like that's why I was saying earlier too. I wish this movie was like 40 minutes longer, but like a movie I would have enjoyed more. No, but like,
thank you.
No, I'm saying like without without Ryan Reynolds, like if you took the same story, like probably took the stupid kid part out and just made like a serious drama about this one guy and like 3 women like he met like and had things with throughout his life, and just framed it better. I'd be down to watch like a 2.5-hour drama about that. I really like movies like that.
You want to make a movie about my life?
It needs to be. It's not that like it has to like that I want to like to watch a movie that long, but I think to successfully like make you really like care about and flesh out the characters or something like this, where like there's actual impact, you need to have a longer running time to actually fit that stuff in. Because it's like one thing that kind of really did off-put me about this movie when I was getting into it a little bit. When it is a lot more watchable. I think when he's like the first like 3/4 of the movie, when he's telling his daughter the story, and like I'm almost like I'm more interested in this storyline and seeing how it plays out, and it just like skips it to the end, and I feel like cheated.
Yeah.
Well,
so like this.
Yeah.
So like, what if you had like more time to just like actually like give yourself a satisfying conclusion and not ham-fisting an ending together? Like that's what I mean by like a longer runtime.
Oh, you mean like what they did in How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah. Well, I stopped watching that show because I'm a grown man.
I watched the entire thing.
Yeah, you probably watched The Big Bang Theory too, don't you?
I did not. I fucking hate that show.
I would not put those two in the same category.
No, I fucking hate The Big Bang Theory. That show is fucking awful.
All right, I did not like that, like How I Met Your Mother. Once I got older, but like that's just like the other show I always like associate with. Like, why do people like this fucking show?
Yeah, Bree made me watch all of it, so I ended up watching all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I watched like the first 3 seasons originally, and then I was like, I think I'm all set with this. And then then she's like, let's watch all of it. And I'm like, whatever, you're gonna do stuff to me later, so.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right. So Ryan Reynolds and his new ambitious girlfriend, played by Rachel Weisz, their career paths kind of crossed. Where she's a journalist and he's now working for, I forgot the guy's name, but someone he worked with.
Yeah. He's like
going
for mayor.
Yeah, someone for the Clinton campaign that he worked with is now he's now working for him to get him elected to a position. And she writes a really good article about him. That like makes him look really good. And then like later on, the guy that I was talking about that we were talking about earlier that she was banging, like the 60-year-old guy, like kind of gets in her about you should care about your career more. This guy sucks. You never liked this guy from the beginning, and she goes and digs up dirt on this guy and makes like a way better story and just like buries his career.
Yeah,
which it's like that. Just like it was like out of nowhere too. Like that's like I don't know, man. Everything just happens in this movie. There's like no build.
Yeah,
things just like happen and just changes directions.
Wild card.
He's just going with it.
Yeah. And then so he gets all depressed. He's depressed for years. And then he finally meets the other girl again, the original one. Or not the original one, like backup girl.
Elsa.
Oh, importantly, she went and left and did her thing for a while, and he stayed friends with her for the whole time. And while he was dating Rachel Weisz's character, I don't remember her name, but he just didn't talk about her because obviously he didn't want to talk about her to the other girl that he obviously had a thing for.
They were sending postcards. Very nice.
And then she comes back and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna marry this girl that like he's casually not ever mentioned." So obviously she's pissed off. She's like, "Oh, I'm just always like you're fucking. I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride." And she don't like that shit. She don't care. Like and then, then he gets backstabbed by the girl he was going to ask to marry him. And now she doesn't want to date him because, he sucks.
Yeah.
And now he's all depressed. And then she comes back and they hang out again. And she's like, I'm all depressed, but now we can be together. And she's like, no, you're a fucking loser. I don't want to be with you.
And then he's like, you're a loser.
Digging into her.
Yeah, then he starts digging into her. Like, literally, this guy's butthurt that she doesn't want to be his girlfriend. Over these years, always playing second fiddle out of the blue, doesn't want to be his girlfriend, and offended.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds' character is fucking worse.
I like when he throws the lo mein at the TV.
That was fucking stupid. Like, nobody does that.
You've never once thrown lo mein at your TV.
I will throw the lo mein at my TV instead of eating my sandwich. Yeah, okay. And then he just leaves it there, so he doesn't watch TV now because there's lo mein there.
I'm gonna buy a new one. I don't like
Like,
this
you're
one. It's
supposed to
covered in lo mein.
Yeah,
So
you're
sick.
supposed to laugh at that, and it's just like not good. It's just stupid.
I'm just gonna start throwing lo mein at every TV I see now.
Tyler's gonna come home one day from work. The entire TV is covered in lo mein.
Every TV in the
Tyler,
house.
I got mad.
Yeah, there's what, 4 TVs? I'm in a room with 3 TVs right now.
Sorry,
It's okay. I love it. So many
I
options.
put one on the wall.
I love it.
That one wasn't good enough for me anymore. I had to go bigger and better.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Basically.
It'll be good for Devil Wears Prada on Friday, so exciting.
Oh god. Why don't we just watch it in 4K?
Because you're gonna be watching another movie.
Because you're a 4K TV doesn't mean it's gonna be in 4K.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, and you're gonna be watching another
Okay,
movie.
but have you seen the sound system downstairs?
Okay,
Yeah,
do you want me to put it on downstairs? It starts at 7.
No, you don't have to.
Exactly.
I probably want to watch a movie or something.
Exactly why I'm gonna watch it upstairs on this TV. Feel free to join and dance around if you want. I will be. I'll be moshing in the living room. So it'll be fun.
We'll see.
You'll be in
Okay.
a circle pit with your cats.
Yeah.
So now Ryan Reynolds butthurt yet again by a girl not wanting him, and he starts to get his life together. And not really, actually. That's when we don't even find out what he does to get his life together. But he has a call on his answering machine, and who is it? The slut that cheated on him in the first place. Elizabeth Banks' character.
Boy, we've all been
And
there.
then they all start hanging out again because Ryan Reynolds will fucking take any option, and that's why he's getting divorced.
Yeah.
'Cause Jesus Christ, things didn't work out because he dated who was ever convenient for him. And now this is why you're telling your kid that you're getting divorced through some stupid love story about when you were younger.
Creepy love story.
Yeah. So like that's when it cuts off. That's when it cuts off, and like you don't have any resolution to how this story played out with these 3 girls. You just like she's like the daughter somehow surmises through all of this like, oh, the last one's my mom. I know it. Emily's my mom. That was the fake name.
She did that hair thing.
Oh, the hair thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god. So yeah, you said something that she does. Nice going, idiot.
You blew it.
Like he makes.
Terrible
Imagine
storytelling.
that's awful to think about. Yeah, I left your mom, so she cheated on me, and then she came back around years later when things didn't work out, and then I was a bum, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go with your mom," and now you're here. Like,
Yeah, he's like,
holy
oh,
shit.
sweet. She'll totally want me.
I'm a bum now. I have lo mein all over my TV.
This kid is like the circumstance of 2 people settling.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's how it happens. You know,
That's another one of my problems with this movie. Like, she should have been fucking bummed when she heard the end of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, I love her.
understood.
She was just happy it wasn't like that Rachel girl.
Yeah, I'm just saying she shouldn't be bummed because she heard the whole story of like why she exists, and it's fucking lame.
Yeah. Just, well, I mean, kids are just happy to hear the story. They don't care how they know how it ended. Like, obviously, like getting divorced and all that. But so, I mean, they just want to hear how
But
your
it's
parents
even more
met.
depressing. No, it's even more depressing than just like, oh, they're getting divorced. No,
That's
she's like,
fair.
"Oh, shit."
That's why I sugarcoated the hell out of like Sabrina and I's story, just because I was like, you can't have all the details. I'll tell you when you're like 14. Like it just ruin your fucking teenage
And he
years.
didn't sugarcoat anything. He's just like, I'll swap some names around.
Like, so I was smoking crack with your mom. I mean, Emily.
We were doing heroin together with Jimmy
So
Carter.
I was smoking crack with your mom. I mean, not your mom.
We also need to talk about just for whatever reason they felt the need they had to still cameo Bill Clinton.
I was about to say, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about that
Yeah.
presidential cameo?
The most like strangest cameo where he just like runs across like, you guys got Bill Clinton for that?
Yeah, like come on.
It's not a jog. All right, Bill, wave. It's like they were shooting it and Bill Clinton happened to be there. They were like, oh, fuck, perfect.
They just follow him around and shot.
So, all right, here's where the movie I thought was gonna redeem itself a little too. This sequence where he kind of like has like this talk with his daughter, and like he like has this like kind of self-awareness, like distinguishing thing, and the ending comes, and he has like this agreement now with like Elizabeth Banks' character, and then it's just like the movie just keeps going, and they just keep punting the ending. They just keep punting it further away. Like they should have just stopped, and they did like 3 more endings, and they all got worse.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like it had an arc, and then like instead of just letting it live here, it's like the stupid "How I Met Your Mother" ending. Like, oh well, how come you didn't change that other girl's name? You really like her, and not my mom.
How I Met Your
I don't
Mother.
care, you guys. I don't care that you're still married to my mom. And you're getting divorced. You want to be with that girl? Like what the fuck? He's like, you're right, 10-year-old daughter. That's exactly what I want.
I didn't think of that.
Wow. And then there's this like,
Wouldn't you agree?
so did she just like happen to live in the city?
Well, yeah, they all live in New York. Yeah.
Oh my god! And like just 10 years later, like they all just still live in New York together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's New York.
All right. I'm just making it clear. I just wanted to just like clarify, like that's like she just still happened to live in the city.
Yeah, because Emily, when they reconnect, she's like, "Yeah, I'm moving here because of my job."
Yeah. And now she's like successful and like isn't living like a bum like Ryan Reynolds touring her for, and she's got her own like art business, right? And she's an artist.
Yeah. So as a grown male now, it's more attractive when a girl has a job, like a career.
I think it was always like that, John.
Is it? Well, I mean, not when I was like 20, you know, I'm like, you know.
It's just like a matter. It's like you know they
Nice
don't all
buns.
have it.
Oh, you got 3 kids? I'll move in with you.
I don't think there's a lot of available women with a career, honestly.
Yeah,
I think is the issue. It's not that it's not attractive. I just think like most of the time that I don't know. Maybe now at our age, it's a little different.
Yeah, it's
but like
definitely,
when you're like,
definitely. If a girl my age is like, I work at Starbucks, I'm like, I'll talk to you later.
What if she runs the Starbucks though?
That's different.
What if she is Starbucks?
Yeah, what if she is Starbucks herself?
What if she's the mermaid?
What if she's like
That's Starbucks?
It's like, yeah, the Starbucks district manager. Everyone's my bitch. She's the Michael Scott.
Yeah, that's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
What if?
That's hot.
What if she said they grind
So-
up her skin to make the coffee grounds?
Then I'll have to drink on her skin.
She's like, there's a piece of me in every cup.
So we finally get to the reunion of Isla Fisher's character.
When he finally
And
gives
she's-
back that book, that
he
copy of
finally-
Jane Eyre.
Yeah, that he just kept from her, and then like it didn't matter, and she was obviously upset with him. And then he came back, and he was like, "I love you. I kept it from you because it's the only last thing I had." And then he brings his daughter for some reason.
Oh,
She
it's because it
Guilt
softens the
trip.
blow.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
And
Anytime
she's
I'm in
like,
trouble, I bring Aubrey with me.
Oh my god, it's fucking corny.
It works.
Anyways, he goes ahead and does that, and she's like, "Tell her the story," and then that's the magic word, and she runs just like, "What story?" The story of how I became a divorced single dad,
We all have that story.
and that's how this movie ends.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Isla
okay.
Fisher will be disappointed by the ending as well because it's boring.
All right,
He totally had an
All right.
opportunity to just leave that book there instead of taking it with him. Like,
Yeah, but he didn't want to leave it to the grunge guy.
Yeah, he didn't
He
want
was
like,
leaving
Kevin.
it.
He didn't want Kevin. to
Kevin.
take it.
well,
Fucking
Well,
Kevin.
apparently she's lived in New York for 10 years. He never thought to give it back.
yeah, and like
He
but he was
missed
there
it.
in the apartment. He could have just left it. That would have been the smart thing to do, and then she would have had it.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't know that he gave it to her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kevin would have been like, "Oh,
Um,
I found this book for you."
No, I think
Yeah,
either
fuck
he
Kevin.
or the other roommate they would have said this weird guy showed up. and,
Yeah.
like, gave
This
this
guy that
book.
looks like Hal Jordan showed up.
Yeah,
The
Yeah, they don't know.
Van Wilder dropped this off. It was weird.
I don't know. I think he was in Scrubs.
the guy from
Well-
Just Friends.
the guy from Just
Is
Friends.
that our next viewing? Is that our next viewing, John? Just Friends.
No
Please,
spoilers.
God, no.
No spoilers. The next one's
I
gonna
would
be
have rather watched that one.
No,
Alright.
I hate that movie. That movie's not good.
I would rather watch Just Friends in this movie. I
Really?
think
That's what I'm saying.
I think
Yeah.
Just Friends is way funnier than this movie.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's a way
Fair.
more reasonable story. People actually act like human beings in that movie.
Do they?
Really? Doesn't
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they?
Well, like, I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't. She's comic relief, but like the characters just aren't just doing like things that don't make sense, like in this movie, where it's just nobody acts like a normal human being.
I do love
I
the
don't know.
modern
I think I would have rather watch this movie than Just Friends. Just Friends is a train wreck.
I love it.
It's weird when Ryan and I are on the same side. He only agrees with me because I'm his boss.
I liked this movie less as we talked about it.
That's fair.
Me too. And I started off not liking it.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I started off as indifferent. I swung to the left. All right. Does
so
anybody have final thoughts?
final thoughts before we get into trivia bivia?
Oh, trivia. I like the trivia bivia.
I got the trivia bivia right here, baby.
Trivia.
All right, so trivia fact number 1. Normally, last time we did this during, but I'm just gonna do it all at the end, just because it makes it cleaner, you know.
Okay.
So Rachel Weisz was actually set to play the part of Emily originally, but actually she opted out to actually play the other girl instead because she thought it was a more interesting role.
She was right.
Yeah.
It's like
It makes it as an afterthought.
Yeah. At the beginning of the movie, Will is telling his daughter the story from back in the early 1990s. Even though the movie was released in 2008, 7 years after September 11th, 2001, when Will looks out of the plane window, he actually sees the World Trade Center. So they actually digitally added that into the background.
Ooh.
Wow.
There, yeah. Let's see. What was the next interesting one? Oh, no. And many of the bar scenes were filled in Jake's Dilemma, which is actually a real bar.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah. So the bodega that they actually goes to in the movie, obviously not a real bodega. People actually tried to go and buy stuff while they were actually filming the movie, and they actually got a citation from the city inspector for selling cigarettes without tax stamps on them until they realized it was just a film set.
How do you like accidentally not think it's a film set? A film set's like This is a Hollywood movie. Like it's not subtle.
Yeah, it's gonna be closed off.
Yeah, it's mind blown right there.
It's gonna be closed off. There's gonna be giant fucking cameras, like light screens, like.
Oh, what do you guys
cranes?
Well, can I buy cigarettes here though?
Just a day at the bodega.
Where else am I gonna get my cigarettes though?
I don't know why.
Just your neighborhood cameraman in the bodega.
Come on, man. I know you got cigarettes back there.
Same shit, different day. Am I right?
I don't know why, but that reminds me of like the scene in Ghostbusters 2 where they're like cutting the hole in like the street. The cops are like, "What are you doing?" They're like, then they just start acting like construction guys. I don't know why. That just reminded... What are you talking about?
I think that trivia is fake.
I didn't write
Hot take.
It just doesn't make sense.
Ryan Reynolds' character shares a given name with the 42nd president of the United States, William Jefferson Clinton, and the 19th president of the United States, Rutherford Hayes.
Hayes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a goofy mustache and beard that like connected. He like connected into mutton chops.
Love it. Gotta love that. Adam Brooks, the director, was actually the guy who worked at the bookstore. He was a little cameo.
Ooh.
Little cameo.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you know what Adam Brooks did?
What?
Never directed another movie.
He made money too. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Did people just like Ryan Reynolds at the time?
I mean, this movie only cost $7 million to make, and they've made 55.
Yeah, they'll pump him out.
That's
It's
not too
bad. All right.
Oh, here's another good one. Yeah, here's another good one. In the commentary of the movie, Adam Brooks stated that Robert De Niro stayed in the building behind the rooftop where April and Will were practicing proposing. That's the last piece.
Wow.
Such a random piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro lived there. Well, not there. The building across the street.
Yeah, like Robert De Niro was right there. He came out. And
Robert-
what are you guys doing?
Robert De Niro was somewhere around here at the time.
That's like trivia. That's like saying getting trivia. Robert De Niro shot Taxi Driver here.
We were here. He filmed it. My son was a football player. Anyways, so let's get right into degrading ratings.
Oh.
Who wants to go first?
I'll set the tone.
Oh, let's set it. Let's set the bar low.
I'll set the tone. Okay. So I thought I was gonna come in higher in this movie than I was. I had a number in my head. And the more we talked about, the more I saw like how bad like the script in this movie is. Like this movie has a good story going for it that could have been, I think, worked differently. Like it had real equipment and like real cameras and like a real director and stuff. But a lot of the other, but like,
not anymore.
There's just a lot wrong with this movie, and I really did not enjoy this movie. I wouldn't watch this movie again. I'm gonna come and at least like. I mean, technically, I think it's a better movie than The Last Kiss, so that's why I was going to come in a little bit higher than that. But after talking about this, I'm going to come in at a 4.5 on this movie.
4.5. All right.
4.5.
Tom, would you like to go next?
Sure. All right. So, this movie fucking sucked. Like, yeah, we've. What else can I say? But it's garbage. I wouldn't watch it again. I didn't want to watch it, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, so. Jeez, like he's the stupidest guy in this movie. Anyway, I give it a 4. Bad.
4. Ryan?
I mean, especially after talking about it, there's more stuff I'm like, probably, it's not very good. I still found it just like kind of, it was fine, just dumb shut your brain off kind of movie. This could be a good first date movie, because halfway through you're going to stop paying attention to it. You're going to start doing what you want to do with the date.
You're damn right. Netflix and chill, am I right, baby? Woo!
I also probably wouldn't watch it again, but I wasn't offended by it.
Yeah, I still wasn't offended by it.
I'll give it a 5.9, just barely failing.
Oh, that was generous.
That was generous. So I picked this movie. Obviously, I've seen this movie a whole handful of times. It was probably like my 10th time watching it. Who knows? I actually watched it twice. I watched it with Megan the other night, and then I watched it yesterday while I was at work. Just because I wanted to come in fresh with it again. I'm actually gonna rate this at a 5.5. I do like this movie, but there obviously is problems with it. There is a lot of How I Met Your Mother vibes in it, but I mean, like everyone said, it's not offensive. It's still a movie that I watch. You know, it's a good movie to just put on in the background when you're again with a lady friend. Because man, dude, women love that Ryan Reynolds, man.
I don't think they do.
They might. I don't know.
They might.
I'm not a girl anymore, so I can't tell. I can't attest to that. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 5.5. So, what is the total on that?
We got
19.9,
which is the lowest so far, and I'm glad I could pick a movie that can be the
Didn't
lowest.
even break
You're
20.
the bottom two.
Love it.
Is that fool's gold?
The most score.
What should the
fool's gold?
Still missed it.
I think it's got to be exceptionally bad to be in
Like
fool's
under
gold.
10?
No, I think that's impossibly bad.
Okay.
That's so hard to get.
I would
that
hope no. I would really just hope no one picks a movie that we all that the average rating
I
is
think
2.5.
All right, so I think the fool's goal that should be 16 points. That means everybody 4 or less was his average rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Close. Escape by.
I mean, I think we're being like, I want it to be exceptionally bad because, like, you could realistically say under an average of 5.
Yeah.
Tune in
And
next month when I pick a worse movie.
Oh God!
No. Pick a good one.
No, I have an actual like I'm going back to my list.
I have a real movie next time.
I'm going back to my original list after this. I just wanted to throw this in there because I knew everyone would probably hate it, and I just like to make you guys watch movies. I know.
All right. Well, then my guilty pleasure movie is just gonna be a fuck you movie.
I'm already ready for it. I'm ready. So Tyler, your pick is next week. So what do we got?
All right. So before I say this pick, I debated it until almost the very end.
Whatever you do in your spare time, you don't need to tell us.
I debated this till the very end because we disliked your movie so much. I almost swapped to something safer, just so it was something you'd all really enjoy and be sure of it.
Yes, I did it.
I literally almost swapped movies because, I was like, maybe I should pick something a little safer.
Proud of you. But what do we got? Tell
all
us.
Right. So I like to go in different directions with things. I picked kind of a crime drama the first time, and I picked kind of like a fantasy horror film the second time.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go somewhere we've really never gone before. And this comes from a director whom I think is the epitome of a hidden gem. He is one of the most celebrated directors on the independent circuit of the last 20-25 years.
Hit me with it, baby.
But there's not. Oh, I'm building it. You gotta let me build it.
Oh god, I'm like rubbing my nipples right now.
He's not really. He has very limited mainstream exposure though, and he's a bit of a controversial person. And and this is a film I haven't really spoken about much, but I think you guys all know I really, really like this movie. And we're gonna go a little different this time.
Okay.
This time we're gonna be watching a film from Danish director Lars von Trier.
Oh,
that's
God.
Gonna be his musical crime drama from the year 2000, Dancer in the Dark.
Okay. All right.
This movie stars pop sensation Bjork, who's nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song for this movie.
Oh, wow.
She also won Best Actress at Cannes that year, and Lars von Trier won Director and Best Film at on Cannes with this that year as well.
Yeah, I love a good Danish too, like a nice raspberry filling.
Mm-hmm. So, interested to see what you guys will think about this movie.
That'll be fun. Are there boobs in the movie?
Spoilers.
I'm gonna assume so because it's Lars von Trier.
It better be Bjork. If I don't see Bjork's boobs, then I'm gonna be very upset with this movie. I'm gonna give it a 3. If I don't see Bjork boob.
If you say so.
Bjork.
Well, I think that all wraps it up. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for enjoying.
Bjork.
I've been John. Who have you guys been tonight?
Bjork.
And I've been Mickey.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we'll see y'all next week for Bjork in the Wind or whatever movie we're watching.
Bjork in the Wind.
Good night, everyone.
In the Dark.
I love Joji.
How's my favorite minor doing today?
Hungover. I got so shitty last night.
On a school night? Kids today. I must say there is nothing more attractive than tainted youth. Yes, I am indeed a pervert. Does that offend you?
Nope. I think that most tainted youths end up being perverts.
Good answer.
Oh, and Monty, just so you know, I'm only a minor for another week. I turn 18 on Wednesday.
Well, then I guess I better hurry up then. I don't have much time.